songs. You gotta hear this part because I believe this is what led to Michael Jackson's death. I hope they come talk to me about it because I'll give them some information from the Holy Ghost. I don't need a forensic scientist. Look at somebody say, all you gotta do is ask God. God laid this out to me as plain as day. The three ways Michael Jackson got his songs. The first way, Michael Jackson said, he told Martin Brashear on the interview that he would climb a tree called the Giving Tree, the tree of knowledge. Tree of knowledge. He would climb this tree and he would get his songs.
The climb.
What religion are you?
Greek Orthodox.
Muslim.
I'm a Jew. Muslim.
Muslim.
In your personal experience, are all religions welcome here?
Of course. Why not? Muslims, Christians, Jewish lives together.
Hindu?
We are Christians.
I am a Muslim.
You are Jewish.
Yes. Muslim.
Each one have his own, let's say, mosque or church or something. Each one have his own place to practice religion.
And we live here in harmony.
The climate is a problem for Jackson. He says the colour-changing skin condition vitiligo has made him allergic to the sun. So, shielded by his umbrella, he took me to his most secret place.
I call it my giving tree because it inspires me. I love climbing trees in general, but this tree I love the most because I climb up high and I look down on its branches and it gives me, I just love it, so many ideas. I've written so many of my songs in this tree. I wrote Heal the World in this tree, Will You Be There, Black or White, Childhood.
Second way, Aleister Crowley said in his book, 777, that he had a room of mirrors. And if you look into a mirror, you can look into yourself and you can channel the spirits of those that were before you. He's really saying that those that may have molested you and those that may have taken from you, you can bring them back and ask them to be your guide and tell you why they did what they did to you. So Michael Jackson created a mirror, a room of mirrors that he could go in and channel spirits. And Michael Jackson chose a specific spirit. He says this, he says, I have my own secret room with a moving wall and mirrors, okay? Same room that Aleister Crowley had. He says, this is where I talk to Liberace. I hear his voice in there. I feel his presence so very close to me. He's like my guardian angel. He even gave me permission to record his title, I'll Be Seen. That's in the Psychic News in 1987. Liberace, homosexual. Flamboyant homosexual. You channel the spirit of the most flamboyant homosexual of our time. And the third way is the way I believe Michael Jackson died. He said that his best songs came in dreams. Michael Jackson would channel Morpheus, the god of dreams, who studied under Serapis Bey. Serapis Bey is the image that Catholics use as the image of Christ, but it's not. There's the Ra, the sun god behind his head. He looks just like Christ, but it's not, just like Semiramis and Nimrod, that whole thing I told you about earlier. But he was an Egyptian incarnated god, so he would channel those spirits. He also channeled the spirits of Hypnos and Thanatos. Hypnos is the god of sleep. Thanatos is the god of death. And their brothers along with Morpheus. Now what becomes very dangerous about what Michael was doing, if you read, Michael Jackson would sleep sometimes 3 and 4 days at a time because he was trying to get hit songs. He even said one time that he couldn't go to sleep. He said a spirit told him that if he did not get to sleep to get this song, the spirit is going to give it to Prince. This is where the rivalry between him and Prince birthed in the 80s, if y'all remember that. But Michael needed to sleep, so they began to sedate him heavily so he could sleep the amount of time he needed to sleep to get hits. But a 50-year-old body trying to do a world tour, hungry for the next hit song, the right dosage. I know some people are saying, well, you haven't really convinced me. I'm about to. Michael Jackson had 2 albums that told everything that he was doing. The first album he had that I'm going to show you is his History album. He built a statue of himself like Nebuchadnezzar because that Nephilim spirit in him wanted to be worshipped. But if you zoom into his arm, there's a number on his arm, and that number is 777. Aleister Crowley's book, 777. Quabbalistic writings. Channel Nephilim spirits for fame. Get your songs from the devil.
All right, you seen that, you heard that. Something else I want you all to consider is that a lot of times when we listen to music, we get entranced and we get caught up in the way the music makes us feel. Yes, that's important, but that's not everything, because a lot of times the frequencies and the spells they put over these songs, it can mislead us to the point where we can literally be saying something super dangerous or super something we don't believe in. But because it feels so good, we just go along with it. We Are the World, which is one of Michael Jackson's biggest records. I remember when I was a kid, I was listening to that song. It just made me feel so good. I wanted to just be, kumbaya and hold hands and hug somebody. In fairness to MJ, it didn't make me want to do anything evil. But yet, I remember when I saw this video clip for the first time, and I just couldn't believe it. And it just showed me just how much we can be hypnotized. We Are the World by Michael Jackson is one of the most demonic songs ever. But you will never know it when you just listen to it because it sounds amazing. So I'm going to have this gentleman, I'm going to show you the video that changed everything for me when it came to Michael Jackson and how I perceive him and his music. I'm going to show you the video of the gentleman breaking this song down and telling you from the outfits that Michael Jackson wore, not just his connection to Aleister Crowley and his admiration of Aleister Crowley, but also how misleading and just flat out lying they did in these songs with their lyrics. Check it out. All right, everybody, I really hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show this part on YouTube because YouTube is threatening to issue me a copyright strike if I was to show this part, which is very unfortunate because I would argue that this section of the video is probably one of the top 1 or 2 most powerful parts of the entire video. And it's probably an additional 15 to 20 minutes that's going to be cut off of this video because I can't include this section. So those of you that are members of the Patreon, please be on the lookout for that. The extended and uncut version can't be found on Patreon. For those of you that are not members, once again, the link is in the description. Blew my mind. It blew my mind. The first time I saw that video, I was